Hi, welcome to the So You're a Single Parent podcast. My name is Crystal Smith and I am your host. Thank you for joining me. Now, my friends and family also know me as the six-figure single mom. So we're friends, right? By this point, so many episodes in, we're friends. So I'm also known as the six-figure single mom. Now, I'm the CEO and founder of Six Figure Single Mom, which I career coach and strategize with other single parents who are just as progressive and productive as I am. I'm not an outlier. I put myself around people who are just like me. So I career coach and strategize with other amazing single parents when they want to leverage their skill sets to advance in their career. So I teach them all the things professionally that I know, because sharing knowledge is how we can get there. So I teach them how to highlight those unique skill sets. I teach them how to negotiate their salaries, their paid time off, whether they work remote or hybrid. I teach them all the things professionally. Let's just say that. I just teach them all things professionally. So I love what I do because it essentially changes the trajectory of a household, right? Because single parent households are one income. So we've got to work smarter, not harder. We've got to be progressive, productive, and we have got to highlight those areas that we're strongest in. Now, basically, in a nutshell, if you're listening to this, if you're looking at this, what I do is I teach single parents how to boss up. Now, I do that by shifting their mindsets from a defeated mindset, because we all know as single parents, we get defeated sometimes, and that's okay. I've been there. I've done that. Got the t-shirt to prove it. So I've been there. So I teach them how to go from a defeated mindset to a winning and unstoppable mindset. So we do the self-work that it takes in order to progress professionally or in their business, whatever facet of life they're trying to advance in. That's what I teach them how to do. Now, I enjoy coming on this podcast week after week because this podcast allows me to create a safe place where someone gets it, because we all know people have things to say when we become single parents, but I get it. Like I said, I'm still living it. My daughter's only 15, so I'm technically still living the single parent life. So I get it. I understand the same things that you encounter are the same things that I encounter on a daily basis. I'm just kind of getting the courage to step up and to share those experiences so that they can help you. So this is a place for single parents to listen, feel heard, not judged, and to be given all the resources for all things lifestyle, career, and single parenting. So it's something that could improve or take the single parent community's lives essentially to the next level. So I love what I do, and I love coming on the podcast because essentially it helps you guys out. Right? And who wouldn't want to help you guys? I mean, come on now. Who wouldn't want to help you guys out? Now, this episode is being sponsored by the Six Figure Single Mom Company. Now, the Six Figure Single Mom Company is hosting its first annual Resilient Parents Brunch. I know tons of single parents, tons of parents who are resilient. So I want to highlight those parents. So September the 24th at 11:30, I am hosting this brunch so that we can get in a room. We can all network, we can all enjoy a nice meal, and then we can hear from 4 amazing speakers who are just like you and I. So they will share those areas of expertise that they are in to help us all to advance. Listen, I don't know everything. You don't know everything, and they don't know everything. But listen, together, we can learn whatever it is that we need to learn. So September the 24th at 11:30 a.m. If you're looking at me on YouTube and you need tickets, the link will be in the description box below. Also, if you are following me on Instagram and if you are not following me on Instagram, either way, the tickets are in my link tree in my bio, and my IG page is at the Six Figure Single Mom, right? So my Instagram page is at the Six Figure Single Mom. I share a lot of personal and professional things there too. So just follow me there anyway. Whether you're buying brunch tickets or not, just go ahead and follow me because you'll be helped. I know you will. Now, listen, thank you, Six Figure Single Mom Company, for sponsoring this episode. And if you know anyone that wants to sponsor future episodes, so a lot of people contact me and they say, Crystal, I love what you're doing. I would love to sponsor an episode. Then please email me at sixfiguresinglemoms with an S at gmail.com. Again, that is sixfiguresinglemoms at gmail.com. Now, I wanted to bring a subject to you tonight because it's very important to myself, because I deal with it on a daily basis also. And that is living with an illness and still trying to advance in your career, right? So I have an autoimmune, thing with my health. And so a lot of times when I am working, I am having to be extremely intentional about what I'm doing, about how I'm doing. And I have to keep myself in a very, as least stress as possible so that I can be in a good place, so that I don't have episodes, being sick. So I wanted to bring some things to you guys because I was thinking to myself, maybe you're out there and you are living with an illness as well, and you're trying to go to work, you're trying to pursue a role, but you feel like your health may potentially hold you back. I don't want you to feel defeated, and I want you to feel like you can really conquer what it is that you want to conquer. So I wanted to just bring you a few tips. Now, this episode is not going to be long, but I just wanted to bring you a few tips and a little encouragement to just tell you that you can go after whatever role that you want to go after. You can still advance. There may be a few things that you have to strategically do in order to do that, but you can still advance. So those that don't know, I have lupus. And what that is an autoimmune disease where your blood cells are fighting against each other. So, right, in a normal person's body, I say normal person, but in a person who doesn't have lupus, their body naturally fights off some of these blood cells. And in my body, the way that my doctor has explained it to me is that my body does not recognize the good blood cells and the bad blood cells. So in return, some of my internal organs, they could start attacking each other. And I just have some side effects sometimes with that. So a lot of people don't even know that I live with this illness, but it's because I'm extremely intentional about the things that I'm doing in order to combat some of these side effects that come along with this autoimmune disease. So the first thing I wanted to share with you tonight, and I went over this when I did a workshop with the Lupus Foundation of America here recently. And those of you that follow me on social media, you know that. So I did a workshop with them and I went over some of these tips as well, but I wanted to bring you tonight because your illness may not be the same as my illness, but some of the side effects may be the same. So I wanted to bring this to you. Now, the first thing that you can do when you're trying to advance in your career, but you're living with an illness, is being self-aware of what triggers your illness. So if you are in the workplace and you have something that triggers your illness, I always encourage people to let at least, if you don't want to let your manager know, because those of us, let's be honest, when we are in the workplace, we are afraid that if we voice some of these things, that it will be held against us. Maybe people might think that you can't do the job or you won't be able to perform, and that's okay. So what I encourage people to do is to at least let one coworker that you're close to, we all got work besties. Come on now. We all got work besties. So let your work bestie know, I have this illness. When it's triggered, this is what happens. And this is the person that you should contact if anything ever happens. So being self-aware is the first thing that I encourage people to do. And so that will help you in case anything ever happens or you have any episodes or at work or anything like that, that can help you. So the number 2 thing that I always encourage people to do is just to physically physically get yourself some type of exercise or something that will combat some of the side effects from your illness as well. So I'll be honest, I have fought off a lot of things by just diet and exercise. So sometimes I'm not saying all the time, but sometimes those things might work for you. So incorporating a little physical activity can definitely possibly help you along the way so that you're stronger, so that your mind is stronger, so that when you're in the workplace, you aren't feeling weak or you don't need to leave every day early if you can help it. Now, for those of you that can't help it, you just can't help it. But it definitely aids in making you stronger. So incorporating that physical activity can definitely help you. Now, the number three things that I encourage people to do is to lean on your internal network, which are your family and friends that can help out. So with lupus, you get fatigued a lot. So since I know that, I am leaning on some of my family, and since I'm a single parent, they already know. If you know, you know. So they already know that I need a break, but they know that I especially need a break whenever I do feel a sense of fatigue to where I can't care for my daughter or to where I can't perform in the workplace. So lean on your internal network. Maybe once or twice a week, have a family member or a friend to go and pick, your child up so that you are able to be in the best physical health or mental health or whatever it is that you need to be in order to progress. So lean on your internal network to help out whenever they can. And that could help you as well. Now, one thing I always stress is that if you wait on perfect conditions, you'll never get started. So I saw that quote on social media a long time ago, and I have used it over and over and over and over. Listen, if you wait on perfect conditions, you'll never get started. There's always going to be something. So when you are living with your illness and you're still trying to advance in your career, focus on the things that you do have instead of focusing on the things that you don't have. We will never have a perfect life. Never. And if somebody's telling you that their life is perfect, it's probably an indication that it's not, right? We will never have a perfect life. So don't wait on those perfect conditions. Focus on what you have right now that's in front of your face. And so that way you can build on those things and you can continue to add to those things so that you can continue to progress. Now, I hope this episode was helpful to you. Like I said, it's not a long episode, but it just reminded me the other day when I did the workshop of living with an illness and trying to advance in your career. I know sometimes we feel like, with an illness, you may feel like, well, I don't want my manager feeling like I can't perform the job, or I don't want people to not hire me just because I have an illness. I would encourage you to be intentional about all things, right? So anytime there's something that you're lacking, whatever it is that you're lacking, be intentional with the things that you have so that you can continue to progress in your career. I hope you were helped in this episode. Very short episode, but very, very good things and effective things, actionable things that you can use in order to continue to make that progression in the workplace. Now, if you are looking at me on YouTube, subscribe to the channel. What are you waiting on? I have a ton of episodes that will continue to help you. Now, I understand that every episode is not going to be applicable to your life, but I assure you there's going to be many that do, right? So follow me on YouTube. I'd love to have you. Also, if you're not following me on Instagram, I would love for you to follow me at the Six Figure Single Mom. Again, at the Six Figure Mom, and just follow the page. I share a lot of personal and professional growth tips that can help you to take your career to the next level, so that you can start to get those things that you've always wanted out of your career, because a career should be a mutually beneficial relationship. So you should be getting something out of your career, and they should be getting something out of your career, should be getting something out of you, or whatever organization you're in. So I'd love for you to follow me there. Comment, like, share the post, because they're there to be helpful so that we can all continuously grow. Also, If you are desiring to grow in your career, if you say, Crystal, I don't know the first thing about advancing. I want to change careers completely. I want to change industries completely. And I just don't know how to make that transition. Remember, we all have transferable skills that can be used from one industry to the next, from one role to the next. So let me help you. If that is you, please contact me on my website at www.sixfiguresinglemom.com. Again, www.sixfiguresinglemom.com. Go to the Contact Us tab and I will personally reach out to you to see how I can help. I hope you've enjoyed this episode. I know I have. So again, I would encourage you to do whatever it is that you need to do to be intentional about being self-aware, living with your illness so that you can continue to progress. I always end my episodes with this quote. Again, I saw it a long time ago, but it's so applicable to my life. And that is, be the change that you want to see in the world. So many times we're looking at the next person, we're looking to the left, to the right, we're blaming people. No, be the change that you want to see in the world. If you want to see something, create it. If you want to be something, be it. Be the change that you want to see in the world. And until next time, I am your host, Crystal Smith, also known as the Six Figure Single Mom, checking out. Until next time, bye.